Okay, hey everybody. I'm filming this because I had one of my followers, I don't have very many, but request that I post more videos. I've just been going through a lot personally, so I haven't really gotten a chance to make videos, but I figure it's probably time anyway. Maybe God's signal to me. Been going through a lot of things, and there's a lot to catch everybody up on because I started this 3 years after the fact that, well, 3.5 almost, after the fact of when I had the first set of visions. So basically, first off, I just wanted to start with something recent. I had been having a lot of questions about how to address God because I'd watched a video stating that the word God actually has something to do with Satan. I didn't watch the whole thing, I just put it in my watch later history, but I seen that, and I know it seems a little bit superstitious because in all reality, in your heart, in your soul and spirit, God, the ultimate creator, knows, in my opinion, when we're seeking that part of God. Because I do believe that God is also very much a part of the devil. Like, the devil wouldn't exist if God did not know what darkness and evil and all that was, because he obviously created the devil and he made everything that the devil is. So the devil basically, or Satan or Lucifer, because I have my theories on that, but basically everything that being is because God was and knew it first. When God created us, I do believe that God's intention with us was not to have to use that hand of himself in dealing with us. God created us for what I believe to be a friendship, a companionship, a brethren, like a relationship. God had great love for the creation of human beings, as I do believe he did his angels and all of his creation, but some more than others. If you were an artist, which I happen to be, or even a scientist, anybody, like whatever your work is, your end result, the thing that has come from all your hard work, you either love it or maybe you're not so, at times maybe even feel like you hate it. It's not your greatest, but you still, if it's a part of you, if it's your passion, it's hard to try and destruct it. Like, I have some paintings and pictures and poems that I have written, and I'm just like, I don't care for this. I just feel like I just want to destroy it, but then another part of me is like, but you still did it, and a part of that can maybe go here with the next thing, and it's very hard to get rid of things that you put your passion into. And I do believe that God put a lot of passion into us as a species, as well as this planet, as well as his angels. And basically with that, like I was saying, like, I don't, like, some people say Jehovah's Witness, Jehovah is the name of God, or some people say Yahweh. I personally, I don't know exactly what the name of God is, but I've went through this thing recently where I was asking about this, and it brought me in confirmation more than 3 times, actually, to the beginning in Exodus, where he's speaking with Moses on the mountain, and when Moses asks, "Who are you?" And different Bibles vary on how this is said, but basically the I am is basically what I'm getting at. The I am is very important because this is what the message was given to me. Anytime you seek me and you want to know that it's me that you're speaking with and that I am getting your prayers, just say, "Great I am," or "I am, please help me with this." And I was kind of given interpretation to the reason for this being is that no matter what you put after that I am, and I think this is part of why he actually said this to Moses on the mountain. God gives me my own visions, my own discernment for me, but obviously, because I pray to God and told him if he didn't want these videos made or doesn't want me posting, show me, block it. And I know the devil, Satan, Lucifer, the opposing side can try and do that too, but to give me confirmation and just not let it happen. I give God the will in my life because I belong to God. Nothing else can own me. I am belonging to God. Everything about me, from my hair to my eyes, to my flesh, to my soul, to my spirit, to my bones, to the marrow inside of my bones, to my voice, to my name, my children, my dogs, my home, which that's another story, but my artwork, my poems, all of it, it belongs to God. So whatever tries to mess with it, I want it to realize that I am not of my own. My belongings are not my own. My clothing is not my own. It belongs to God. I claim it as God's possession. God owns it all. So with that, like, God just kind of told me, like, whatever you put after I am, if I know you and you know me, we're good because I am noun. This is the message I was given. God is noun. Person, place, thing, no matter what. Adjective, verb, whatever. God is everything. Everything that was, that ever will be, was because God was first. And God made it so. We as human beings would not know wrong from right. We would not know purple from red. We would not know sky from ground, tree from pole, house from shack, dog from man, fish from cat, let's just say. We would not even have it would be a blank space. Everything that exists because God made it and knew it first. And it was somehow allowed to be because God allowed it. God has a grand plan for everybody. Kind of getting a little fed up with a lot of the end time prophecy stuff. Not because I don't believe in, I do have a belief in the Bible, but I just don't believe the Bible is 100% accurate, and it also is open to interpretation. Because I do believe that God does not interfere with the hands of man. He gave us free will for a very unique reason, in my opinion. Just imagine you're somebody, male or female, and you're in love with somebody, male or female, in any case, gay, lesbian, straight, homosexual, bisexual, whatever the case might be. You love somebody. You're so in love with this person, and you want them to love you too. How would you like them to love you? Would you like them to love you on their own free accord because they have fallen in love with you? Or would you rather that you take this person, you kidnap them or just abduct them, you bring them somewhere secure and secluded, you tie them to the heater, the bed, the wall, and you show them all these things that you're willing to give and do for them and tell them, but here's the thing, you have to love me, or I'm going to be angry and upset because you don't love me. And then after time, okay, I love you, and I'm going to do everything you say. They're conditioned to do so because of their fear of you and the leverage you have on them. What God did in the beginning of time, like, yeah, I think people give a little too much credit to the devil nowadays and throughout history. That wasn't the devil's doing. That wasn't because the devil wasn't so powerful and manipulative and he was allowed to get Eve to eat apple, if that's exactly how the story went, because I have my own beliefs on this and I pray and get visions, but I was basically told that the reason why that was allowed to happen because God knew all things from day one to the end on planet Earth, from Garden of Eden to end destruction. I was told that that was allowed because God wanted us to seek him, and he put a lot of things out there for us to find a way, everybody. And it even states in the Bible how in the end all will be made to see, and there will be nobody, I don't care what else the Bible says, because again, we're talking about other human beings wrote this down based on their visions, not saying that they were purposely lying, but they could have been, because it was their free will. God gave us a free will for a reason. If we had never had free will, we would have never been able to even pluck the apple from the tree to begin with, or accept it from the hand of the devil, Satan, Lucifer, to begin with. We would have been robotically programmed to do not. Exactly as God had said, do not, supposedly. In any case, my belief is that it was meant to and written to happen because God did not want a false allegiance of slaves. He wanted those that truly loved him to find and seek him and come to him because they wanted his love, not because they were forced into loving him. That was the whole point of the free will of us. And that's why I do not put my 100% weight into the Bible. The Bible states, although, the Bible, it has a lot of, almost everything in the Bible has a truth to it. It's just perspective. But too many people believe it's the only truth. And it's not, because, as the Bible even states, every word spoken out of mouths of human beings, man, because it states that word a lot. Remember, when it was written, it was dictated by men. Literally, men. Not just man in the sense of mankind, human beings. But it was dictated by them, and a lot of people don't realize that the real reality is that every word, when it states that, man does not live, Jesus is quoted as saying, man does not live on bread and water alone, but on every word spoken out of the mouth of God. When I speak, these are words because God made them first. When you speak, when everybody who's ever existed has written something, spoke something, thought something, and put it into word, it is because God first made that word. It doesn't matter if a Bible was ever written or not. Every word that has come out of our mouths is because God made word, language. Tower of Babel, he confused our languages because we were becoming very, very knowledgeable and seeking things that us as a species were not ready to handle. Another point of this video is that I do believe that we're coming upon a time where almost more of the population is in a state of minds where they can handle the realities of things that God didn't want us to know in the past for whatever reason. Whether we accept what we know as being true or not, or accept it in whatever form as being because it's because of the devil, because of mankind, science, God, it doesn't matter. All of it was because of God. Everything that science is discovering, this cloning, this cell phone, the technology, they're coming out recently. I read, and I had visions of this, about mind control or mind reading through Facebook, that artificial intelligence can mind read and all that. You have to understand that, when people look at these and they're like, oh my God, it's like the end of the world, this is happening. In a sense, yes, I do totally believe that, but I do also believe that, I don't know for sure. I don't know when. This is not my clock. This is God's clock. But I do know that we, as a species, have searched out so many things to the point that it's becoming very testy with the secrets that God did hold back. Because that's how God is going to reveal himself as the true God. There's going to be a lot of mimics. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. A lot of them, or those that try to mimic God. Not just Satan, Lucifer, the devil. But human beings themselves are going to try, the greedy, the wealthy, the elite, the 1% of population, the 13 families. It's not going to be in their favor that they've had to, whether for good doing in their own minds or bad doing, have had to make a lot of judgment calls on the way that the world has been shaped throughout their family history. Because again, the Bible talks about the curses of ancestral curses of the fathers being brought back on the children. These things are going to come into play in the end. But a lot of people take Revelations as, oh, it's the key. There's so many things missing from this book that people don't understand, and there's a lot of reasons for why. I'll get into that in another video, but basically this was just my reintroduction into me. I'm going to start really trying to be more on top of these videos, talking about the things I've seen, talking about what God has expressly told me. I'm very open to comments, suggestions, and all that, but I will not take negatives. I will not be told that I am wrong, maybe inaccurate, maybe trying to pull me back from whatever path, or maybe, the devil's guiding you. But see, here's my biggest thing with that. And I will respect that. Okay, yeah, you're swaying off, pray, be in the spirit, ask God so you can discern right and you're not being led astray. I have 100% surrendered myself, body, soul, spirit, mind, heart, flesh, everything about me is because God. It's His. He can take my life today. I've been, in the past, given visions and heard voices and went through some crazy delusional schizophrenic stuff where I was being prompted by voices from my own family to go and commit suicide. That I was told, that's the only way, babe, you have to do that. I heard my own children say, Mama, you have to commit suicide. And my boyfriend of 16 years that I love with all my heart, love my life, actually just recently discovered this twin flame thing. I'm going to look into it. If there ever was one, I think he's mine. And I heard his voice even saying, babe, you have to commit suicide. It's the only way. It's the only way. And I just want to do it because I know that my life belongs to God. The breath inside of me came from God. If it is meant to be taken from me, I surrendered it already. It's God's. He can have it back anytime. It doesn't matter, young or old. I'm not very old. I feel very young. Just saying. Proud of y'all up in the house. I really do. I feel like a teenager a lot in my heart. But I am in my 30s, and I have grown children, like almost about to be in their young 20s. And I refuse. I refuse to believe that I'm supposed to commit suicide to escape all these things I can't handle. Because God knows my life is His. Everything about me belongs to God. So when people want to come and go, oh, you need to discern. No, I don't have to, because, see, my God, the God that I believe in, that I know that everybody else is believing in too, because there is but one God. It doesn't matter if you think you're believing in Jesus, if you're believing in Buddha, if you're believing in Satan even. When you believe in those things, you're just believing in an idol or a false God in a sense, but you're still believing in the thing that created all that is, the thing that made even that. He's just pissed off because you're not going directly to Him. You're taking a side route. You're giving something else credit for His creation because they were His creation. There is but one. There is no other God to worship. I don't care who you are, what religion you are, what you want to say, and I can argue with you about this all day, and in the end, I know in my heart and everything, it's going to be proven. There is but one creator of everything. It's just that we know it under different names, or we've been going through fallen angels and worshiping them as gods, or third parties. Like even Jesus, a lot of people believe Jesus was God. I do not believe that. I believe, yes, child of God. Absolutely. Even Jesus is quoted as saying, I am not here for my glory or my honor. This is for my Father in heaven. A lot of people that believe in the Bible still don't even get that. They don't understand a lot of the Bible because they go by what their pastors or ministers are teaching them, and they lack the knowledge of self-awakening, of actually searching for self. See here, like, and I'll get to this video eventually. Tonight I'm going to probably post quite a few videos, but, like, seeking, when you are seeking God, right there is a key. See and king. When you are seeking and you seek hard enough, you will see the King, not the Lord. Jesus is the Lord. If you look this throughout history, what kings and queens and lords and ladies, the Lord is not the King. If you are seeking God, you will see the King of everything, the King of creation. Seek and thy shall find. Knock and it shall be answered. Jesus is just the medium. He's our brother. He came here to guide us. And He's not the only one who did it. He was just the most successful because His story is most widely known and widely spread. God works through everything. When something bad happens in your life and people are like, oh, that's the devil and Satan and Lucifer trying to get in there, and they're, all right, maybe. But just remember this, even they try to align themselves with God. They try to mimic because they want you to let them in. They know God as well as, probably better than us, because they were with Him first. So don't be deceived in yourself, even if you come across that it's like a hopelessness, because I was on that path. Because it's not. Because just remember, God has a plan. God has known everything. Everything that people are like, oh, we do have free will, but in our free will is the beautiful thing of, yes, it was given to us in our free will to do this, but God has been able to intercede all along and guide us, because he knew that our free will, as amazing and wonderful and how loving he is, would want him. So he intercedes for us. He can make us invisible, those that love and seek him truly, invisible to those other things where they don't even want to bother with us no more. They can't even see us. They want to go mess with something else, not us. Because we, those that are receiving vision and confirmation from God and that truly have opened up to God, on different levels, we're all on a line to, it doesn't matter how we believe and get there. We can even disagree amongst each other about things. It matters not. It matters the personal relationship between you and God. God knows your heart. He knows when you have chosen 100% inside to make him the staple of everything. Not just your own life, but the existence of everything that brought you into life. There is nothing more powerful than God, and I cannot stand when I've come to fellow Christians that are like, oh, they want to debate the Bible with me. It's 100% protected, and they want to debate with me, oh, Jesus is God, this, that, and the other thing, and they want to debate stupid stuff, and I just have to look at them, and I'm like, that in itself, it turns me off, because see, if we're truly of the same kin, we can 100% accept that we don't have to believe it in the same way. It's not about how we believe it or what brought us to believe it or know it, because that's the difference in me. There's no more believing. I was brought up to learn and be taught, believe God is. So, you tell a child from the very beginning, a ball that is blue is red. They're going to grow up forever believing that it's red, even though all of society believes that it's blue and knows that it's blue. That's the same thing with when you bring up, oh, God is, believe. And I was like that all my life until God showed up. There's no more believing, I know. And I say that to everybody out there. I hope that you 100% come to this point in your life. God showed up on my doorstep. God showed up in my life quite a few times, and there is no more, oh, I believe, I'm a believer. No, I'm a knower. God is 100% real. He's more real than this, my flesh, this ring on my finger, this lipstick on my lips, this shirt that I'm wearing. You see all that grass, the tiki torch, the trees, the sky. God is far more real than all those things. He showed up for me. And he can show up for everybody and anybody. You got to just seek hard enough and you will see the King. Alright, so I just wanted to let everybody know that. I'm going to cut this one. And I'm going to make a prayer. Well, but I'm going to do some prayer. And I'm going to see what topics it is that God wants me to touch on next. Again, the most biggest point of this was that God is the great I am, no matter what you follow it with. I put noun as the, first following when I say, I am noun, person, place, and thing. Anything. God is everything. The great I am, please, the creator of everything. The thing that holds everything in existence, please. I'm trying to talk to you right now. So the lesser of the parts, the ones that you have allowed energies and life to, as far as Satan, the devil, Lucifer, even his son, Jesus, myself, the human beings, fallen angels, the angels still in great accordance with God. My own two personal angels, because I've come to been taught, and I don't know, I believe this is true, but I was told and that we all have two angels. One is our warrior angel. The other one is our discerning angel. So, all those things were because God made it first. It wouldn't be here if God didn't make it and think it and believe it and say it into creation. So there's never any fear with God. All right, people? All right, love you. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this. I know it was a little bit rambling. I'm going to cut this now at almost the 25 mark. And I'm going to pray, and then I'm going to be back with another video about the specific visions that I've had about things. Thanks. And all my love, God be with you all, or the great I am, the creator of everything, be with all people. And don't worry, in the end, even you non-believers, you ain't getting left behind. God's not leaving himself. No way, no shape, no form. What he created, he loves. All my love out to everybody. Amen.